Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do things a little different today. So typically, I start rolling into just mad content right away, just teaching you guys about some of the basics of getting into residential real estate and then scaling to commercial. Today, I want to do things a little bit different. Today, I want to do things a little bit different. What we're going to do today is I'm going to start off high level to show you where we're going. Okay. I want to start off high level and show you guys where we're going. And that way, and then I'll back and reverse into it so that way you guys can build up to it. I want to give you guys a little bit of tangible. I want to give you a little bit of tangibility on what you should be thinking towards. Okay. Because ultimately, how many of you guys would love to have passive income? Generational income where money comes in whether you're working or not. How many of you guys would like to have that? Just comment in the comment section. What it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, is getting to an exit strategy of whatever you're doing right now. Now, most of you guys will land up loving the game and the process. In the beginning, there might be times that you guys might not love the game so much because it's real work. And in a world where there's monetary expectations from everybody out there and they want instant everything from instant oatmeal, instant food, instant finances, instant wealth, instant everything, when it actually takes a little bit of work, some people just sit back and they quit. So the truth of the matter is that 85% of the people that are on here today won't make it. And it's the reason behind that isn't because what we do doesn't work, it's because they don't work. And so understand, ladies and gentlemen, that success in finances is a byproduct of how you live your life. So if everything you do, you quit at it, you're never going to be successful at anything. So before we even get started today, I want you guys to take a captive feel for how you do things in life. And in life, I want you guys, before you guys even answer that question, to take accountability, because the biggest problem in the world today is that most people don't take any accountability for anything that they do. And one of the biggest things that I've always done over the course of time since I've been self-employed, I have nobody to blame other than myself, right? Like I don't have a boss to blame. I don't sit back and go, hey, Mr. Boss, it's your fault that I didn't succeed today because what you told me was wrong, because I haven't had a boss in over 31 years. So the biggest thing, ladies and gentlemen, is taking accountability for the actions that you take. So if you start today and you fail, how about not dumping the blame on us that what we do doesn't work, because what we do works, because we have thousands of people across the country that have documented it, and my documentation speaks for itself. Now, if you go out and you have massive success, it's not my fault either. Okay. Some of you guys will sit back and say, oh, yeah, I learned it from Jerome. You know what? I gave you the roadmap, but the reality is it takes your execution. So whether you succeed or whether you fail, let's agree right now that it's not my fault. Whether you succeed or whether you fail, it's your fault. Whether you succeed or whether you fail is 100% up to you. Yeah? Can we agree on that? Okay. Now, if we can agree on that, then I want to teach you guys some cool stuff that'll help you in your path towards execution. Because at the end of the day, it's your execution. Now, understand that there's more to this than just money. One of the big things that I've been pushing to people, I've been telling them, look, guys, it's a lifestyle. Everything that you do, you have to be putting yourself in a direction where you're executing in all aspects of your life. And it first starts with faith. Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys have faith or believe in God or whatever your faith is. All I know is that if you don't have a belief in a higher being, there's going to be some times that you're going to be mentally challenged and you really have no direction to be able to leverage. The people that have the best execution in life have some leverage based on their faith. And so I'll tell you guys that it's been my claim to fame, because I'll tell you that there's been some really tough times in early years. And even not just early years, we were battled with opposition and challenges even today, within our own home every single day. And it's through the means and the execution of our faith from where we came from that helps me. Now, family is a big thing. I tell my kids this. I say, look, guys, I told my daughter this last night, when she was bickering about stuff. And I said, look, you need to pay attention to what you're saying to your mom and dad and the people you love. Because at the end of the day, when you get from middle school to high school, friends disappear. When you go from high school to college, even more friends disappear. When you go from college to real life, all your friends disappear. When you get married and have kids, you have no friends. Your wife, your kids, and your family becomes the best source of being for your ecosystem. So family first, guys. Family first. And then when you can master and you'll never be a master of it. So, it's always going to take work. So when I say you master it, it's just knowing this, that you can work towards mastering it the rest of your life. So it'll be an ongoing, lifelong execution of mastering your faith, your family, and then your faith, your fitness, ladies and gentlemen. And I told my wife this when we first met. I said, look, give me one thing, 1 hour, 4 days a week to make sure I hit the gym, because otherwise, mentally, I'm a mess, right? Like I feel good when I work out. And so I like feeling good. I like looking good. I love everything about feeling good organically, not artificially stimulated through drugs and alcohol and all the other bullshit out there, but to actually coming in and having a means of health that I feel great every single day. And that's my motive behind everything, is the quality of life. And then if you can master those, ladies and gentlemen, the finances is the icing on the cake. Okay, so we're going to hit the icing on the cake today, and we're going to teach you about finances. But no matter how much money you make, if you don't have the other three areas really ironed out, you're going to have problems financially the rest of your life, or you're going to have mental problems all the rest of your life. Okay, so look, guys, this is a byproduct of the other three items that I'm talking about today. Now, what I want to start off with is how to make $1 million tax-free. So I'm going to show you guys how to make $1 million and pay zero taxes on it. How many of you guys want to learn how to make $1 million and pay $0 in taxes off $1 million that you net in profits from your business? How many of you guys would love to do that? Legally, okay? Legally. These are legal tax codes. Now, I'm not a tax professional, nor am I a tax attorney. So I advise you guys to get with your tax consultants and make sure that you execute based on their advice. But I'll also tell you guys that this is the advice of my attorneys and my tax professionals in a nutshell. Now, I'm not going to stand behind here and say, this is that I'm telling you guys to do this. I'm telling you guys, this is available to you. Go in and learn it. Okay. Now, this is what you call not a 1031 exchange in real estate. It's called tax segregation. It's called cost segregation, guys. It's called cost segregation. Okay. Now, sorry, Instagram. Due to poor connection. Okay, we got you guys on here. Instagram, are we good? Okay, I should have put that in airplane mode. Okay, Instagram, we're good. TikTok, we're good. YouTube, we're good. And we're live with you guys. Okay, so here, ladies and gentlemen, is what's called cost segregation. And this is how you take $1 million and not pay taxes. So I'm going to show you guys in this training today how to net $1 million over the next 3 years. Okay, now this is a slow model. I did this in less than 24 months. I was active, I was aggressive, I was ambitious, I was assertive, and I was very diligent in my means. But I'm going to show you the same business model that I executed. It took me 24 months to do this in 36 months, just in case some of you guys don't have the ambition level or the talents or the information. I didn't even have the information or the drive to go out and do it in 24 months. Okay. So here's the thing. You have $1 million. Okay. We take this $1 million net profit. Okay. Now, the goal is to have you guys resume up. I don't know if you guys saw Rick's shirt when he was up here, but it said resume up. And the resume up shirt, the reason that is because the goal is for all of you guys to continue resumeing up. It's a bank term, because when you go to a bank and you get lending, the bank will only give you as much money on projects as you yourself have an experience. So the reason that we teach residential single family development is because that's where you need to start, and it's profitable. You can make strong six figures on every single build part-time working your full-time job. Okay. Now, at the end of this, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be 5 to 7 people, 5 to 7 only, depending on the quality of the people, that I'm going to have and give an opportunity to work side by side, me and my inner circle, my team. How many of you guys would love an opportunity to come in and learn this every week and work directly with my team every single week doing this? How many of you guys would love that opportunity at the end of this call today? Okay, now, for those of you guys who do, you guys are going to have the opportunity to come in, and I'm going to invite a handful of the sharpest people to be able to do so. Okay, now, for the rest of you guys, it's not that you guys aren't sharp. It's for the rest of you guys are also going to get an opportunity to come spend an entire day with me in one of our master classes in Dallas on June 22nd, live. How many of you guys love to spend a full day working with me and my team for an entire day live? How many of you guys would love to do that? Okay, so at the end of this, I'm going to give you guys an invite, an opportunity to come in and spend an entire day with me. Now, this 5 to 7 people will be there indefinitely anyways, because they're going to be part of the first people that we're already working with between now and June 22nd. The rest of you guys, we're going to start working and kindling you guys towards June 22nd to help you guys so that on June 22nd, you guys can come in and work with me directly. Okay, we take $1 million, right? We start off with a single family residential home that you're making 6 figures. We get to $1 million, and the goal is to resume up. The goal is to take you guys from one single family residence to take you guys and building multiple single family residences, where building 2, 3 single family residences is no different than building a 4-plex, a 6-plex, an 8-plex. It's no different. It's not going to be any different to you and your experience, and it's not going to be any different to the bank and what the bank is looking for your resume. So the goal is to have you guys resume up to multiple units. So let's say, for sake of example, that you guys go in and you guys have an 8 to 10 unit development in 3 years, that you guys take the development stance on finding a little tiny half-acre lot. Okay, so think about it this way. Okay, some of the single family lots are bigger than half an acre. You take a half-acre commercial lot, and most municipalities will allow you in medium density areas to build a 10-unit apartment complex on a half-acre lot. Not a big lot, guys. It's not like this big undertaking. So I know that for a lot of you guys, this seems like a massive undertaking. It's not. This is really pretty damn simple. For those of you guys that are wholesaling, that's a shit show. That's a lot of friggin' work. You're beating the crap out of yourself on the phones, making sure you're skip tracing, follow-ups, call. That's work, okay? This is part-time. For those of you guys that are fix and flipping, that's brain damage. Because every time you open up a wall, you never know what you're going to see inside, and you never know what your true expenses for renovations are until you're finished. So you take this little tiny itty bitty $30,000, $40,000 profit, and you shit down the profitability standpoint because you have more electrical work that needs to be done, or more concrete work that needs to be done, or more plumbing work, or a heating and cooling system that needs to be done, or you have an infestation of cockroaches and walls, whatever it is. You take your $40,000 profit down to $20,000, and you work for 6 months to 9 months for that little tiny itty bitty profit. Okay, this is better. Now, when we do this, ladies and gentlemen, the banks are your friend. And for those people that don't have credit, it's okay. You have to get good at putting a set of building plans together. This is your goal with everything that you do and everything you listen to right here today. This, ladies and gentlemen, learning how to do this is the goal. Because if you learn how to put this together for your municipality, whether it's your city, your county, your state, whoever's giving you permits, this is what you need to learn how to do right here. This right here. This is the goal. Because with this, you can get money from banks, you can get money from investors, you can get money from hard money lenders, you can get money from private money lenders. This, ladies and gentlemen, makes your project real. Okay, this right here. Now, I know you guys think the 4 walls makes your project real. That's what makes it tangible. This is what makes it real. You could take this to the bank, and when you take this to the bank or a private money lender, or you go to an investor meetup like the one I'm having in Denver next week, you could sit back and go, ladies and gentlemen, this is my project. You unroll it in front of everybody, and you say, look, this is what I'm currently doing. I'm looking for an investment in this. The bank can take your prints with a piece of land that you have tied up, and they can appraise this. And based on the appraisal, based on other market values in that area, they can lend you money on this, including investors, ladies and gentlemen. Even if you're busted broke, investors will believe in you if you know what the hell you're doing. But you got to learn how to do this. So this is the goal. When we go to Dallas on June 22nd, this, ladies and gentlemen, is what we're going to be working for. This is the workshop right here. Teaching you guys how to do this right here. Okay, now, with that said, let's go into this, okay? We get you here. You scale up to a 10-unit apartment complex. Let's say the 10 units is bearing you someplace in the neighborhood, a net operating income of someplace in the neighborhood of about after all expenses, $120,000 a year, okay? So your NOI, your net operating income, equals $120,000 of cash flow per year, okay? So 120K. Now, value, write this formula down. Value equals NOI divided by cap rate, okay? Now, we're looking for a value. And why are we looking at the value? Because we're looking at not paying taxes on that $1 million. So when we look at this, if we plug these numbers in, we take $120,000 and we divide that by a 6% cap rate. That's what banks are underwriting things are at right now. Okay. Now, if we come in and we do 120 divided by 0.06, that's a $2 million valuation, ladies and gentlemen. $2 million. Okay. So you guys, that's $2 million. $2 million. Okay. Now, when we go in, we have a $2 million valuation. Now, when we do this, ladies and gentlemen, on this $2 million valuation, we can depreciate 80% of that in the first year, but you cannot depreciate land. The government says there's only so much land. You can't depreciate land. Land value only goes up. So what we do is we take the land value of this. We take our land value, okay, and we take it, subtract it out of here. So if you have a $2 million asset, let's say the land cost you $250, let's say it cost you $300,000. That's still $1.7 million on your value. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're taking high level first. So if you guys don't get lost on this, I'm just showing you guys how to not pay taxes on $1 million. We're going to get into the meat of this here in just about 2 minutes. Just understand that you have a value minus the land of $1.7 million. You can take 80% of that through cost segregation in the very first year based on tax rules and the means of cost segregation. Okay. Now you take 1,700,000 and you do a multiplier of 80% times 0.80. That's $1.36 million, ladies and gentlemen. So 80% of that equals $36 million. That's your tax deduction. How much did you make? $1 million. Okay. Why do you want to resume up like Rick's shirt said? You want to resume up because when you resume up and you have $1 million tax liability at the end of what I'm showing you, you could go in on your third year, build a 10-unit apartment complex, 8-unit apartment complex that's worth $2 million and take a $1.3 million tax write-off the very first year. And the rest of that, it never expires. So if you go out and you get real ambitious and you do 2 of these or 3 of these and you cost segregate all of them, what's cool about cost segregation is you could take the tax write-off and whatever's left over never, ever expires, ladies and gentlemen. It never expires. You're able to go in and take the rest of that write-off the next year. Now, for those of you guys that take a back seat to it and kind of not building after you do this, you're crazy because you'll sit back and go, shit, I did this once. I'm going to do it twice. I'm going to resume up and I'm going to keep going. Okay, now that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you take $1 million tax-free. That's where we're going. Now, let's build up to that. Let's teach you guys how to do that because it's great and dandy to learn how to not pay taxes on $1 million. But how do you make $1 million? How do you go in and how do you net $1 million over the next 36 months? Okay, here's how you do it. Here's our business model. You target market the upper 24% of our demographics, no matter what city you're in, ladies and gentlemen. Can you guys throw up your cities right now in the chat, wherever you live? What city do you live in? I want to see some cities running through this chat right now. I want to see you some cities in here. What cities you guys live in? Throw me some cities, guys. Throw me some cities. Post them up in the chat. Tampa, Dallas, New Orleans, Chicago, New Mexico, Las Vegas, Albuquerque, Farmington, Charlotte, North Carolina, New York City, Queens, Buffalo, Miami, Flagstaff, Cincinnati, New Jersey, Atlanta, New York, Las Vegas, Madison, Wisconsin, El Paso, Texas, Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, Iowa, San Bernardino, Beverly Hills, Sacramento, Minneapolis, Columbus. This keeps going. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing, okay? So no matter where you are, you guys have to target market the upper 24% of our economic demographics. Upper 24%, okay? Now, what does that mean? That means you have hundreds of thousands of home buyers in that demographic. We're not target marketing We're not going after the target market of the middle class because the median buyer's broke, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to compete with D.R. Horton. You don't want to compete with Pulte. You don't want to go out and compete with Lennar. And some of you guys are sitting back going, Jerome, why would you insult me? I'm not broke. Yes, if you're living month to month, paycheck to paycheck, essentially you're broke. Because if you don't have pay, 85%, ladies and gentlemen, of our continent of the United States, within the continental United States, 85% of US Americans, if you sever their pay for 60 days, will end up delinquent, and all of their savings will be exhausted, and they'll start becoming either delinquent or moving towards foreclosure in their real estate or in their automobiles and in their finances in general. Okay, that's a real life statistic. I didn't make it up. You don't want to have to go after that. Now, we want to hit the upper 24% of our US demographics. Okay, so we hit the upper 24%. Those are the people that are above average. Those are the people, some of these people live month to month and paycheck to paycheck. So some of you guys are saying, well, how does that constitute for 24% if 85% of people are broke? Because 85% of these people do extremely well financially, but they themselves might have more expendable capital to fall into this category, but they themselves are broke because most of them are competing with the Joneses next door, and they're living month to month, paycheck to paycheck as well, but they can do it at a higher level. Okay, so 24% of our population can afford homes in excess of $500,000. We want to focus on homes between $500,000 and $1 million. The sweet spot is between 650 and 850. Okay, so if the sweet spot's between 650 and 850, you go in on Redfin and you put in homes that were built in the last 24 months. When you go in, you put one filter and one filter only. Homes over the last 24 months that have sold. And then you look for homes in your demographical area that have sold for between 650 and $1 million. And what I really target market is homes that are selling for about $1 million predominantly. So I could be the small guy in a subdivision or an area that homes are selling for $1 million. When you do that, you know that you have a business model that's targeting this upper 24%, and you can go after it. Now, in these areas, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you need to ask yourself, okay, is where are people moving that don't want to live in a subdivision? When people move to my city that don't want to live in a subdivision, where do they move to? Where do they go? Where do these people migrate to? In the suburbs? Where are these homes being built? When people want custom homes. Now, a custom home is not a D.R. Horton home, not a Pulte home, not a Lennar home. Those are not custom homes. Ladies and gentlemen, those are program homes. Those are tract homes. I'm looking for custom homes. And everywhere across the United States, there's people that do not want to live in subdivisions. There's people that want to live on their own semi-rural area, that they have a little bit of land and they have freedom and flexibility without HOAs and all kinds of other bullshit. They want to be able to live in an area where they can custom build their own home, or a home that was already custom built and they can live in that area. And in every major city across the United States, there's an area like this. That's where I want your brains to think. That's where this business model works best. Okay, now there's exceptions to that when we're doing duplexes or we're doing infill, where there's a lot of redevelopment going on. That also constitutes, but the vast majority of the United States is where custom homes are being built. Okay, now when we do this, we go in, let's call the average median price of that home $750,000. Okay, now remember, you yourself might not be able to afford to get into a $750,000 house, but you can build them. The banks will let you build them. When I first started building, I had a 460 credit score. And not only did I have a 460 credit score, I had 24 lines of bad credit. But you know what I learned how to do really fast? Is I learned how to do this, guys. I learned how to get these permitted. That's what I learned how to do. And so when I go in and I do this, you take $750,000. What is that going to take to build? Now, I'll tell you guys that on a $750,000 lot, you're probably going to spend someplace in the neighborhood of about $125,000 to $150,000 for a land. Let's call the land cost $135,000. Okay, let's call the land cost $135,000. Okay, so if the land equals $135,000. Okay, now where do you get the money from that? You do owner financing. You let them finance it, or you do a delayed close. What's cool is after you do the first one, it's easier to get owner financing on the second one. Now, when we do this, because people, realtors and sellers, they want to sell to people that they can actually sell more lots to. So what's cool about doing this in your area is once you've sold one lot, once you bought one lot and you built one house, now they know who you are. They're going to sell you more land and they're willing to work with you better. So we go in, we pay $135,000 for our land. Now, the average cost to build a single family home across the United States right now in today's market is $141 per square foot. Okay, it actually went down. It was $150. It went down to $141. Lumber has went down. Some roofing materials have actually went down. Some other trade materials like cabinets and stuff have actually went up, including garage doors. If you guys watch one of my most recent reels, garage doors are friggin' expensive. I don't know why, but at least it's only like $1,000 to $2,000 more, not like tens of thousands more like lumber was. So the cost to build actually went down to $141 a square foot. But let's say that you make mistakes, you don't know how to get it down to $141 a square foot, and let's price this out at $155 per square foot. So we know that we have a buffer, we have a little contingency cost. Now, I want you guys to build homes between 1,500 square feet and 2,700 square feet. Reason why is don't get over 2,700 square feet unless you're in Texas, because everything in Texas is slightly bigger and slightly better, right? Because that's what Texas says. Everything in Texas is bigger and better. And so in Texas, it's tough to get into these homes for under 3,000 square feet. Now, with that said, when you go into like the Dallas area, San Antonio area, don't go over 3,000 square feet, because we want to sell people what they need, not what they want. In any economic downturn, people buy what they're in need of, not what they want. They may want a 4,000 square foot house, but that doesn't mean they need a 4,000 square foot house. They may want a swimming pool, but that doesn't mean they need a swimming pool. They are going to buy what they are in need of to raise their family. So if they have a 5-person household, they need a 4-bedroom house, they're going to need to buy a 4-bedroom home. They don't need the extra square footage. You could build some really nice 4-bedroom homes between 2,200 and 2,700 square feet. So let's kind of take the average of that of like 2,500 square feet. You take a 2,500 square foot house, okay? So 2,500 square feet. This is the abbreviation for square feet, by the way. So if you guys ever in my videos see me do a little square like this with a little cross in it, that's abbreviation. That's the shorthand for square foot, okay? Just FYI. Now, if we go in, we do a 2,500 square foot house. Let me highlight this in red, okay? So we got a 2,500 square foot house. What is our cost to build, okay? We take our cost to build. Now, the second we tie up the land, guys, I'm working. Surveyors going out. I already onboard an architect, and I get these guys working immediately, man. I get that survey, and if I don't have a survey, I get on LandGlide or I get on Google Earth. I get dimensions of my lot that I'm purchasing. I send that over to the architect, and boy, that guy's going to work. Why? Because if I don't want to be out of pocket money. I need to get this done, and if I'm getting this done, ladies and gentlemen, I need to get to work before I'm out of pocket any money. So those of you guys saying, I don't have money, I can't do this. Listen up, pay attention, and get this done the right way, okay? That way you're not out of pocket. That way you're reducing your liability, okay? So we go to work. Cost to build is going to be $155 a square foot, okay? Just to be conservative. We take a 2,500 square foot house times 155. Cost to build, $387,000. Okay, now, we go in, we're going to have some closing costs, okay? Closing cost might be someplace in the neighborhood of about 7%, okay? You're going to have 3% to the buyer's broker, 3% to the seller's broker, and then 1% to the escrow company to close out that transaction. So if you take the resale price of $750,000, this price right here, this is an important price right here, $750,000. You take that $750,000 times 7%, 750,000 times 0.07. That's $52,000 in closing costs, okay? That's 52K. Now, for those of you guys that are getting lending, your debt service. I took out a line of credit against my house that I had through owner finance. I ended up going in and taking a high interest line of credit out on my house, and then I saved some money, and then I didn't even have enough money to build my first house. I got started on a house that was going to cost me at that time, that was like 1999. I was building a 400,000 square foot house. My entire cost, including the land, was going to be someplace in the neighborhood of around right around $280,000, and I had about $150,000 in the bank. I was $130,000 short. So guess what I did? I friggin' poured concrete. I went out and sold concrete jobs, and I was pouring concrete as fast as humanly possible, so that way, by the time I got to my second, third month of building, I'd have a little nest egg of another $50,000, $60,000 that I had made from pouring concrete. And then I used that $50,000, $60,000, got me over the next hump for another month. And then I went out and made a little bit more money. And there was times, ladies and gentlemen, that people would call me for checks and I'd forget to accidentally sign them, because if I would have signed them, it would have bounced. They were rubber checks. But I was trying to pour concrete fast enough, so I would be like, oh yeah, here's your check. There was no signature on it. Then they'd call me the next day, like, hey, Jerome, you forgot to sign the check. I said, oh shoot, did I? I forgot to sign your check? Oh shit, sorry. You know what? I'm going to be out of town for the next 2 days. Meanwhile, I'm pouring concrete. I'm sitting out there with my guys, pouring concrete, pouring concrete, pouring concrete. $10,000 check comes in. I'm like, oh yeah, there you go. There's your signed check. Boom, check clears. Okay? That's how I got through my first build, guys, truth be told. Some of you guys go, I'm broke. I don't care. Figure it out. I did. You'll figure it out too. All the other thousands of people did too. And there's a lot of people that are fluently wealthy, that are fluent right now, that are here, that have credit and can do this. And all you need to do is get good at this right here, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Okay, now, the debt service on this, for those of you guys that are going to a bank and you guys are executing, is going to be someplace right around 8% if you go to a local or municipal bank. So if you go in, you only need lending. You don't need lending on the 52,000 because that's a cost that's occurred at closing. Okay, you don't need that. But what you do need is you need lending for this right here, for those two items, land and the cost to build. The bank on your first draw will lend on your land. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you take that 387,000 plus your 135 time equals 522 times 0.08, that's $41,000. Now, okay. Oops, I'm sorry. 387, 123, that's wrong. Plus 135, 123, okay, is 522 times 0.08. Oh yeah, it's $41,000. Okay, that's annually. Now, this is a 6-month build. Now, they don't give you all that money all at once, ladies and gentlemen. So what they'll do is that will escalate up as you're actually building the house. It'll escalate up. So now what we do is we take about 30% of that. So times 0.3, okay? That's about $12,500. The debt service in today's market will really cost you someplace about $8,000 to $9,000 to build one of these homes, full circle, okay? But let's just say that you mess up, it takes you longer, whatever it might be. Let's say it's $12,500, okay? So we take that $12,000, let's call it 13 grand, 13K. Okay, now let's add this up. This is our total cost right here, guys. This is our total cost right here. Okay, let me put that in so you can see that total cost. Okay, equals 387 plus 135 plus 52 plus 13 equals 587. Okay, 587. Okay, minus. Okay, so we take 750K minus 587 equals 163. Okay, so we got $163,000 net. Okay, $163,000 net. Okay, now if we go in, guys, we're making $163,000 net on your bill. Okay, this number right here, let's just round it to $160,000. Okay, so let's take a $160,000 profit. Now, take a screenshot of this, guys. Okay, take a screenshot of this. This is where the money comes from, guys, on the $750,000 bill. That's your net out. This is where I recommend you guys try to stay between $700,000 to $800,000 resale price. Houses are selling, and 41% of these homes are being sold to cash buyers, ladies and gentlemen, cash buyers, okay? According to the National Association of Realtors and the National Association of Home Builders, okay? Now, so those are real stats. Now, we go in, and here's the thing, guys. We take a $160,000 net profit, okay? 36 months. Okay, how many of you guys want to see the month by month, step by step process of how this works? How many of you guys want to see the month by month process of this? Okay, month by month. Okay, let's do this month by month, ladies and gentlemen. Month 1, 2, and 3, you're going to be scared shitless, period. Okay, you're going to be sitting back going, oh my God, what decision did I make? This was the hardest thing ever. You haven't even done nothing yet. You're like, oh my God, this is crazy. And you're scared. Why? Those people are scared. Okay, it's just human nature. You're scared. Okay. I was ambitious. I was excited, guys. Like when you can learn how to convert your fear to excitement, that's when you'll succeed. Your fear has to be converted to excitement. There's still a little bit of fear in there. You're just sitting back going, "Oh shit," like I'm sitting back going, "Oh shit," I got like 150 million dollars worth of development coming out of the ground all at one time. All at one time. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. But it's all happening like this, and I'm going, holy shit, I got a lot going on. Is there moments that I feel slightly overwhelmed? Yes. But do I sit back and go, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. I'm gonna chalk it all off. I'm not gonna do shit. I'm gonna get rid of all of it. No. I sit back and go, don't think about it, Jerome. Step by step, day by day, project by project, hour by hour, email by email. Focus on one thing at a time. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Okay? Takes you 3 months just to find a lot because you're mentally combobulated. Okay. So let's say that you're slower than the average bear. Isn't that what Yogi said? Oh, yeah, I'm just Yogi Bear. I'm smarter than the average bear, right? Let's say you're slower than the average bear. And let's say you go in 3 months, it takes you just to find a lot, just to study, guys. And if you're smart, maybe it's smarter for you to take 3 months to really study instead of jumping in, right? Now I know that there's 7 people on here that say, you know what, Jerome? I'm ready to go, baby. Like I'm ready. I don't need to take the next 90 days. I don't need to take the next 3 months. I'm ready to get started now. Right friggin' now. I don't need to take 30 days. Those are the 7 people that I'm looking for at the end of this. And is there an investment into yourself that you'll have to make? Yes, there is. And so, ladies and gentlemen, there's always an investment in yourself. You're investing in the time into yourself right now. All of us that go to college invest stupid thousands of dollars to go to college, stupid thousands, but we still go, right? Because that's what society teaches us to do. That's what the Rockefellers told us to do. Go to school, hook, line, and sinker. Go to school, spend $111,000 to make a $60,000 pay, a $60,000 annual salary. Hook, line, and sinker. 60,000, like it's stupid, right? Spend $120,000 and 4 years of your life, maybe 5, to make $60,000 a year. Stupid. Wake up, guys. Yes, there's an investment. Now listen. Look, guys, month by month, 3 months, you go in, 3 months, month 1 through 3, 1 through 3, find land, okay? Month 3, you find land. Now, it's going to take, once you find land, you're going to sit back. The second you find land, you call your architect and you call your surveyor. You say, Mr. Surveyor, I need a survey, a boundary survey, and I need a topographic survey, okay? Because I need to start working on this right here, right here. You tell your architect, I want a house that's similar to what's going on in the area. I want to do a house that's real similar to one of these. And then you get them to draw that up for you on that land. And now, once you start doing that, let's say it takes you 3 months to get them permit ready. It takes your architect a month, 6 weeks to go through the plans. It takes your civil engineer another 30 days to go through the plans. And now you're getting all the details ironed out. You're a little slow at it. Month 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, that's 3 months. Okay, months 3, 4, 5, and 6. So months 3 through 6, you're getting permit ready. Okay, month 6 and 7, the average time to get permits across the United States is 31 days, guys. 31 days. There are municipalities that take a lot longer than that, and then there's municipalities that do them really quick. We can typically get permits in about 2 weeks here locally. In Phoenix, in the Maricopa County area, we're able to get permits in about 30 days. Okay, so depending on where you are, is a difference. But let's say it takes 60 days so we can hit the vast majority of the United States. So let's say month number 6 and 7, you're working on permits. So months number 6 through 7, you're working on plan review and permits, okay? Permits. Okay, now, when you're doing this, ladies and gentlemen, the other thing that you're also working on is lending. This is where you're going to investor meetups, you're taking all your permit ready prints, and you're going in, you're working for on lending, whether it's private money, hard money, bank and institutional money, whatever it is, you're working on lending. Now, month number 7, after you get your permits, boom, it's on, baby. It's time to build. It's going to take you 6 months to build these properties. 6 months, every bit of 6 months. So you're going to take month number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay? So month number 12, let's say you screw things up, let's call it up to month number 13. So it takes you 6 months, months 7 through 13. 7 through 13 is build. Okay? So now we're building. Month number 7 through 13. It's build time. This, ladies and gentlemen, is when you get excited. I'll tell you guys, there is nothing more gratifying than when you get this set of permits and they're stamped and approved and you walk out of there and you know you have your construction loan and you're sitting back and you're going, you're skipping all the bank going, fuck that, baby. I'm scared, but I'm excited, man. I don't care how scared you are. When you get to this place right here, guys, you haven't even turned dirt yet. This, ladies and gentlemen, even though you got those little tingly butterflies in your stomach, and you're going, oh my God, what am I getting myself into? Damn, you're excited. Damn, you're excited. You're sitting back going, I'm going to do this. Like, this is really going to freaking happen. Like, I'm really going to do this. And so this, ladies and gentlemen, is exciting. This is where you'll get goosebumps right here. Okay. Now, you'll wake up the next morning and be like, oh shit, did I make the right decision? Because now you're turning dirt. Okay. But now the next 6 months, 7 months, you're building a house. Now, month number 13, you sit back and you go, okay, it's done. House is done. 13, 14, 15. Let's say the average resale time for a house across the United States today is 26 days. Okay. The average home is selling within 26 days. So that means let's give yourself 60 days to sell it. If the average home selling in 26 days, let's be super conservative. Month number 13 and 14, the house is for sale. Okay. So 13, 14 is for sale. Okay. Now, if it takes 30 days to sell the house, month number 15, you cash in. Okay, 160K. Month number 15, 160K. Okay, now here's what I tell people. You make that 160K, do not pay your taxes, guys. Do not pay your taxes. You keep that money. That is not capital gains. That is active income, guys. That is active income. It is not capital gains. Capital gains is paid on assets that you hold. You buy and hold. You're not holding this. This is a business. You're buying it to build and sell. That's why we call this our BBF, our buy, build, flip. You sell it for profit. That's a business. Now, what you do is this. Check out this folder, guys. Check out this folder. Okay, I always do this. Now, in this folder, okay, in this folder. I just picked one random. I got a lot of these guys. I got a lot of these folders, a lot of them. This one, you guys can even Google the house. Lot number 107. It's one of my own developments. It's 11 Sundagger Loop. Okay, now this, ladies and gentlemen, is every friggin' receipt that it took to build that house. Everything, guys, everything. And I'm showing you guys. So it's everything. Every single receipt. Here's the title and the escrow money that's right here. That's the title and escrow statement. There's a receipt for Earthworks Engineering right here. Earthworks Engineering. Okay. There's a receipt here for Pat's Doors, our door company. Alpha Pro Survey, our survey company. There's our Comfort Solutions, our plumbing company. Guys, every single receipt to build that house is in here. And so what you do is you don't take an exotic vacation. You don't go out and go buy yourself an exotic car. You don't go out and buy yourself an exotic home. That's what stupid people do. You're getting wealthy, okay? What smart people do is they take their profits, they go have a nice dinner to celebrate, take your wife, take your husband out and say, honey, let's go out to dinner and let's celebrate. So tomorrow I can get my ass back home and back to work so I can go out and start 2 more homes, okay? 2 more homes. Now, I'm going to write it off. This money, I'm going to collateralize with the bank and I'm going to go get a line of credit to build 2 homes. And the way the bank is looking at this $160,000 is how many payments can you make on that construction loan for how many months? That'll service the debt for over 3 years on 2 homes. The bank's going to sit back and go, okay, let's go. And now you're going to collateralize that $160,000 for a construction loan on not 1, but 2 homes, guys. 2 homes. You're going to go back in and you're going to do 2 homes. Okay, now, real quick here, guys. When you get to month number 6 and 7, and you start building in month number 7, that's where you start looking for the land right here. You don't start looking for land in month 15. That's stupid because now you got to wait 7 more months to break ground. Don't do that. In month number 7, once you get going, start getting your other land tied up at that point in time. Do a delayed close. Go in and say, hey, Mr. Broker, Mrs. Broker, whoever it is, say, I want 2 more lots. I just can't close on them until I sell this house. Can I do a long-term close? But I want to, or give me a first right of refusal. That way I can commit to them. Take a couple $1,000s from your construction money, put an escrow deposit on those lots, and just let them sit there. Start working on your permits. Start working again right here at month number 7 on this, ladies and gentlemen, right here. You start getting plan ready. You get your survey company out. You get your architect out. You go to work in month number 7. That way, if you go in month number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, by month number 15, you already have permits in hand. Those permits are sitting on your desk waiting for you to cash in and turn dirt. The second you close on that lot, guess what you do? Bam, next day, you're building 2 more houses. Okay, now it's 2 and it's on. We're resumeing up, ladies and gentlemen. So now we go in, we build 2 houses. Now we're going in, month number, it's going to take us 6 months to build 2 houses. Month number 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, month number 21. So 15 through 21, we're building. Okay, we're building 2 homes. Okay, now month number 15 through 21. Now we get to month number 21, 2 houses are done being built. Now in month number 21, it's going to take us again 60 days to find buyers. So month number 21, 22, month number 21, 22, let's call it all the way to month 23. Okay, so month 20, 21 through 23. 21 through 23, you're getting ready to resell. Month number 24, they're getting their lending. So month 24, you cash in. They get their money, month number 24, and you sold 2. Okay? So now you go through your 6 months bill. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's how long it takes. You don't go out and you don't pull up a lawn chair and sit down and watch your framers. You don't sit back and twiddle your thumbs and go, hey, Mr. Framer, that looks good. Put that 2x4 right up there, right there, to the left. Oh, no, to the right there, Mr. Framer. They will kick your ass out of there. I promise you. It doesn't matter if you own the house, or they will quit on you. So you need to go in, you check, you look for problems. All the problems you find, you get your little smartphone and you go chick, snap, chap, snap. Then you get in your friggin' car on your way back to work where you're working your full-time job and you send a text message out and you go, hey, painter, you have some shit you need to fix. Hey, Mr. Framer, you got some shit you need to fix. Hey, Mr. Plumber, you got a few things you need to fix too. Hey, Mr. Electrician, snap, send, you need to fix this too. Then when you get to work, you put that phone away and you get your ass to work and you work your normal job. And now you're skipping to a different beat at your job because all of a sudden, what you thought you were going to have to do for the next 30 years of your life that you friggin' hate and you didn't want to do, now you're sitting back going, I got an exit strategy, baby. Now you're skipping at a different beat and you're whistling Dixie and you're going in, you're going, yeah, baby, I got 2 homes going up. I'm going to net myself another $320,000. I got $160K in the bank. That's more than I made this last year. My boss, when you get on your nerves, you're like, no problem. Go pound dirt, Mr. Jackass, right? That's what you tell your boss. So now you sit back and you're whistling and skipping at a different beat at work because you just spent 1 hour a day, guys, 30 minutes to go in and check on your job and another 30 minutes going in and sending text messages. You got 2, you're going to spend 10 hours a week, part-time, building these guys and just checking on them 3 to 5 times a week. Just drive by there once a day. Okay, now we go in 24 months, 2 are sold. That's an additional $320K net. Okay, now you add this 160 to that, that's $480,000. Okay, so 480K net. Okay, now again, once we get over here where we're at like month number 21, 22, guess what you do right here, guys, or actually right in month number 15. Right when you get these houses going in month number 15, right when you get them going, you go in and you tell Mr. and Mrs. Realtor, you say, Mr. and Mrs. Realtor, I'm ready to tie up 4 lots. Okay. You have $480,000, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to go to your banker and say, I need a line of credit to build 4 homes. I needed a revolving line of credit for 4 homes. You don't need to go in and get a construction loan anymore. Now you need to get a line of credit. With that line of credit, every time you build, you just replenish it. Every time you sell a house, you pay off the line of credit. And then you don't even have to go back in for lending every single time or underwriting. Now you just have a revolving line of credit and you collateralize this money against it. You go out to a nice dinner. You don't go out on a cruise. You don't go out and buy an exotic car. You don't go out and buy a $20,000 Rolex. You don't do any of that dumb shit. What you do is you collateralize that and you go in and you build 4 homes, guys. 4 homes. Okay. So now month 24, 4 homes. Okay. We got 4 homes, month number 24. Okay. Now, month number 24, ladies and gentlemen, what time is it? Okay, cool. We're good on time. Okay, month number 24, we're building 4 homes. Let's say that it takes you an extra month to build 4 homes, because it will. You're going to have a drywall guy waiting for the insulation guys, and they're going to be waiting for them to finish one house to get to another house, and it's going to bottleneck a week here, a couple days there, and it's going to take you a little bit longer. So let's say month number 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay, month number 24 through 31, you're building 4 homes. Okay, you're resumeing up. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to give you the revenue to go in and build a 10-unit apartment complex. And you have the experience now to do it, because you have 4, 5, 6, 7 builds under your belt, your bank, your lender, or you can use that line of credit to go out and build a 10-unit apartment complex. Now, you're building month number 31. Month number 31, let's say it takes you now 90 days instead of 60 to sell all 4, because now you have more inventory. So now you take month number 31, 32, 33, 34. Okay, so up to month number 34, 31 through 34 is resale time. Okay, now month number 35 is closing time, right? So now month number 35, ching, 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 ching. You sell 4. Okay, now you sell 4 homes, ladies and gentlemen. Now, 4 times 160 is what, guys? 4 times 160 is 640. Okay, that's 640. Net. Okay, put these together. That's $1,120,000. $1,120,000. Now, you're building a tax liability. You haven't paid taxes yet because you've been expensing your growth through this. Now, my recommendation, you guys, is build 4 homes a year. Go up to 6. Never build more than 12 a year. Don't scale past that, guys. It's not worth it. Your overhead goes through the roof. Build 4 to 6. I build 4 a year. That's it anymore. That's it. It makes me over $1 million every single year. I usually make about $300,000 per house, 250 to 300, make about $1 million just building a few houses a year. And then I take my time and I build big multifamily. Now, ladies and gentlemen, okay, damn, my phone died. Sorry, Instagram. Okay, so now, ladies and gentlemen, when you guys go in, we make $1.12 million. Now, remember, guys, I started off with this. We go in and we make $1 million. You're creating a tax liability. What do? You cost segregate right here, that $1 million. Remember that little apartment complex that you build on your 3rd year? Ladies and gentlemen, you build that 8 to 10 unit apartment complex that's worth $2 million. You take out the land because you can't depreciate it. You take 80% of bonus depreciation. The value of that's $1.3 million. You take that and you can deduct a 100%. Now you can capitalize all of that in 1 year, because now you have an asset that you can write it off against. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you pay no taxes on that $1.12 million. Zero taxes, guys, legally through cost segregation. Talk to your tax professionals. Ask them about cost segregation and how you can go out and write off one of your multifamily unit apartment complexes against your bills, so that way you can resume up. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, in June the 22nd in Dallas, Texas, guys, in Dallas, Texas, you guys have an opportunity to come spend an entire day with me. Okay, one full day. It's a hands-on workshop. Okay, I've never done these before. I'm going to test this where we go out. I feed you lunch. I feed you lunch, guys, and you spend an entire day with me. Okay, now before we get to Dallas, I am looking, ladies and gentlemen, for 5 to 7 people that have the insight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, those of you guys that feel you're worth investing in, and those of you guys that feel like you guys are worthy of getting started now and take action now, I want you guys to just put yes right in this moment in the chat. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk to all of you guys, but I'm talking to the 7 most ambitious people right now. Okay. And let me explain this to you guys. Here it is, guys. Understand this. Okay. There is a financial investment. You have to think about this. Okay. What is the financial investment worth to you to go out and make $160,000 over the next 12 months? Okay. What's the investment worth to you? Okay. Now, there's people all over the United States doing it. I've been doing it for the last 27 years of my life. And now it's time to stop letting people in your area take your land. It's time for you guys to execute. Now, I went to college, guys. My college degree is right there. Okay. It's right there. That's my college degree right there. Right there. See my fingers? That's my college. That's my wife. Oh, that's my contract. That's my wife's right there. That's my wife's. That's mine. We went to college. Now, unless you're a Division I athlete and you get a full ride scholarship, you're going to pay for college. I still end up having to pay for college. Think about it this way. The average American that goes to college spends $111,000 to go to college. The highest paid bachelor's degree that you could get back in the early 1990s when I was in college was $42,000 a year. Now, the average college graduate today makes $60,000 a year. But yet we spend over $110,000 investing in a college education, and we spend 4 years of our lives doing it. Okay. Now, will my kids go to college? Yes. Why? Not for this, not to make money. They already have that. It's for different reasons: networking, the experience, growing up, the opportunity to grow. Okay. Discipline, small steps into life. Okay. Now, most people go for what reason? To make money. It's a stupid reason to go to college, because college graduates, over 89% of college graduates don't even work in the field of study that they studied in college. 89%, guys. That's almost 90% of our population goes to college, doesn't even work in the field that they got their degree in. I'm one of the statistics. I got a degree in pharmacy and in medical nutrition therapy. No, I don't use it for that. Okay. Now, how much would it be worth if you knew in 1 year, not 4 years, 1 year, that you could go out and work with our team and me directly, and if you knew you were going to go out and make even 100 grand on your first bill? How much would you guys invest in yourselves if you knew without a shadow of doubt you were going to make 100 grand? How much? Tell me, how much would it be worth to you guys? 15K, 20K? I'd spend 100K. 10, 20K seems reasonable to me. Okay, how much would you guys invest in yourselves? Now, look, guys, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't need 50K and I don't even need 20K from you guys. Okay, that's not what we're doing. You guys, let me tell you guys, how much would it be worth to have an unlimited membership where you're part of our team indefinitely, one time? You invest one time to play indefinitely and work with us once, guys. Myself and Pace Morby, we sat down, we talked about this over a year ago. We said, you know what? Screw the annual stupid subscriptions. Hell with that. We want to build community. I want to build friggin' people. Because with community and people, I'm a fucking army. I'm creating an army, and with an army, you can dominate. That's cool. That's friggin' cool. And I just want 7 people to add to my friggin' army today. 7 of you guys that want to join our army today, and you're sitting back going, you know what, Jerome? I'm ready for the boot camp. I'm ready to take this on. I'm ready to get this shit going. I'm not a puss. I'm not going after this, and I'm not sitting back going, oh my God, I need to talk to my wife, or I talk to my husband. I'm scared. I'm not looking for those people right now. I'm looking for decision makers. I'm looking for people that want to get things done. I'm looking for people that are executors, people that aren't trying to contemplate and reevaluate their decisions. I'm looking for doers, for executors, for people that know. I want 7 people that know I don't want you sitting back going, I got 15,000 questions. No, I'm looking for people to say, Jerome, I've been following your content for the last 5 years. I know that you have success. I know that you're one of those people that ain't selling bullshit on the internet like 90% of people that are selling bullshit on the internet. I know that you're not just driving around Lamborghinis trying to make this flashy roll up because I'm driving a big ass pickup truck because I'm going to real job sites every freaking day. You guys see me traveling like a ping pong ball all over the country to my projects, doing this stuff because we're living it, we're eating it, we're breathing it, and we're in it with you guys. And you know that you're a decision maker and you want to work with me directly and along with my team. And you want to join me in Dallas. For those of you guys that want to do that, it is a $10,000 one-time investment, guys. $10,000 one-time investment. Okay? Now, how many of you guys think? Now, if you guys want to come in and you're one of those 7 people, drop your phone number in the chat right now, and my team will call you guys to get you guys onboarded, and we're going to get you guys started right away. I want you guys on tomorrow's call, working with me and my team tomorrow on Thursday afternoon at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. 7 of you guys, no more. 5 to 7 of you guys, that's it. So team up here, Steven, JC, Josh, Rick, Angel, those guys, ladies and gentlemen, don't call them asking a bunch of questions. If you guys have questions, no problem. We'll answer your questions. We'll set you up for a strategy call the next day. Today, right in this moment, is for executors right now. People that are ready to come in and get started with us right friggin' now. Decision makers. And if you do it right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's not 10. I'm going to do it today and today only. Today and today only. If you execute right now for 5 of you guys, for 5 of you guys to 7 of you guys, I'll do it. Hey guys, we're going to max it out at 7. Okay. Only allow 7 and we'll do it for 8K. But it has to be done today. Okay. Right now, today. Okay. Now, if you don't have the full 8K, it's okay. We will work with you on some payment options. But for those of you guys that do have it, just get it out of the way. I don't want to be a collection agency for you guys. I want you guys working. I want you guys executing. Just get this out of the way. Let's just move forward. For those of you guys that are decision makers, but you're sitting back going, Jerome, I got to work out a few finances. No problem. It's okay. And then never again, guys, never again. You guys come in and you guys are part of our inner circle forever. Okay. There's no annual renewals. You guys are part of our inner circle team for the rest of the existence of our buy, build, flip program. Hopefully that'll be for the next 5, 7, 8, 9 years. You guys are part of our community forever. So if you're slow and you don't even get a house going for a year, it's okay. Now, I want executors. I want people that are ready to take action now. But I'm just saying, if it does take you longer, it's okay. You have plenty of time because, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have plenty of time to be able to go in and execute, okay?